the interaction. I mean, she probably stood there and argued and argued and argued until they gave her that $985 back. I mean, they don't just say, "Oh, thank you, we're Gucci, such great customer service." If you ain't buy it in the last 6 months, there's the door. Get
They
out.
they, they delete your number.
Yeah,
And
like, so I don't know how you, but I mean, I could just imagine the audacity standing there and arguing. Yes, I'm lost in the weeds.
I'll tell you something else. There are no more receipts anymore. They pull up your profile and they know exactly what you bought, what store you bought it
Yeah.
at, who the salesperson was. Because I remember when we had our Hermes cufflinks that were stolen alongside his a few watches when we were in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
When they found the people within the 24-hour period, David, they recognized the banglets that the Hermes that we had, the cufflinks that we got for
Cuff. The cuff
the
bracelets.
cuff
Yeah.
bracelets. That's how they knew. They were wearing his watch and the cufflinks, and then they had the cash and some of the other things stashed away in the bathroom when they saw them. That's how they knew who the perpetrators were.
Yeah.
So, of course, the first thing they did was take it to the police station. The police officers took it off the list of things that were found, recovered, and it was in a little baggie that then was delivered back to us in
Yeah.
a weird, like I've never seen that. I'm like, this is evidence
And we
back.
still never got
I've
all
never
the
seen that.
Yeah, it's like an evidence back. They give
Yeah.
it to you in. So they log it in, every
Yeah.
single thing. So it's not like you got an option. You're like, oh yeah.
It's
no.
a very conscious effort
Yeah, it's
to
very
do
yeah.
what they did.
I mean, I'm
I
sad
think so.
but it's heartbreaking because when somebody really goes through something like that, the violation that you feel, I don't think you recover from just
Well,
instantly.
it's a public humiliation
It's
too.
very difficult.
But it's also the fact
Well,
that
Wendy is humiliated.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
can
so
imagine.
bad that they
That's horrible.
feel like they have to keep up with the Joneses that much to do something.
Why do you think they have to do that, David? Like, why do you feel that if you're getting a paycheck, that you have to stage something? Is it because you want sympathy from people? Is it because that's who you are at the core?
Well, yes, and I think it's just who you are at the core. Like, Wendy was never that girl. She was never first of all, we started with Bethany when she was broke. Now, I don't think you get cast on these shows necessarily if you're broke per se, but once you are on it, like Erica, they don't fire you if that is your story. Erica's not in jeopardy of being fired because she's poor. Or I shouldn't say poor. I should say she's not poor. Excuse me, everybody. This is people are going to come at me and say I have no concept of money now, which they always do.
Just because you've got three houses
let
across
me,
America.
excuse me, let me strike that. Apologize. Does not have what she's had, and compared to some of her castmates, such as Jennifer Tilly, Kyle Richards, Sutton Strack, and Kathy Hilton, she has way less money, but she owns it. Whitney has just lost over $500,000. She says she's poured everything into this. She's starting over. We are loving Whitney's journey. Like, you don't lose your job. So Wendy was not going to lose her job. If you're that, I think it's insecurity, thinking you need to appear a certain way to be on Housewives. Yeah, it's aspirational and it's upper middle class and wealthy, but she was no more downtrodden than her castmates. I mean, they're all pretty equal. So I think it's in you it's greed is what it is.
Basically,
By the way, I personally have a problem with people who are comparing this to Dorit and PK. Dorit and PK had a break-in. There was an investigation. I don't work for the police. I'm not a private investigator. I'm assuming that if they staged this, they would have been caught. Now, I know that people are going to say privilege and all this other shit, but I'm not comparing it to Dorit and PK until they too are caught. And trust me, the day they are, which I don't think they will be, I think they're innocent, but then I'll talk about what scumbags they are too. Do you know what I mean? Like, that people are comparing it to that. And I mean, one group was investigated and was deemed innocent, and the other one is found guilty, or
But
guilty enough, guilty enough to be arrested, and now we have to have a trial.
but this is also a long investigation. This didn't just happen
Correct,
overnight.
correct,
It's
correct,
been a long investigation,
correct.
thoroughly investigated. I mean, they've
They didn't see Dorit and PK on the TV and say, "Oh, you're a bunch of Beverly Hills rich people. We believe you." No, they've watched them, possibly
Well,
still watching them.
I'll tell you, the investigation is very thorough because when
Hmm.
his Louis Vuitton backpack was snatched, they have video footage, which is how we were able to find, we can pinpoint exact motions,
yeah.
the people, and how it happened, where they went, because it's all on camera. So, but it takes time. But when I had them pull up on camera, I was literally watching a video of how it was happening
How it all went down.
It's
crazy.
as it was happening.
That's
So
scary.
it's not like you can't just go to the police and scream, "Oh, I just got robbed," and stash your bag in like a trash can or something and go, "Oh, I just got robbed." That's not how it works. They pull up the footage and
Yeah.
they're able to literally see the violation happening,
Yeah, well,
the
even when they
emotions.
broke into our house, we don't have
We have
neighbors, but
cameras.
we have down the end of the road to our road, there's a house and they have cameras. And then you go up the hill and all the neighbors have cameras and they watched the truck
Yeah.
drive up and around and down. And we had all the footage from all the different neighbors' cameras.
Because there's only one way in and one way out.
Right.
So when they turned the corner, we had footage minute to minute as this car is
That's scary.
Yeah.
driving through. So nobody comes to our neighborhood anymore because they know if you do anything here, we're going to catch you within not even 24 hours.
And
If-
our house is like Fort Knox now.
Well, yeah, you stepped to security. If I didn't live in a building in LA, like a doorman high rise, and I left
Yeah.
for all these months, like I do,
Yeah.
my home sits there, but I mean, you can't get into the building. You can't get up on the elevator. If I just had a house there, it would have been broken into
Oh,
like
of course.
years ago. I mean, I would have nothing left.
And
We
I
had
don't
one
think-
time, a few years back, this is before COVID, that we went to Europe and we were gone for Europe for a month. And this is before we had all the alarms and everything in the house. We had basic alarms back then. Now it's
Well, 'cause
literally Fort Knox.
nobody knew where,
But-
like, nobody cared to come to our house.
We have a library on the bottom lower level, and it's a separate staircase to go there from the outside.
separate entrance.
And we had homeless people that broke in and were living in our library the entire time we were in Europe. We had no idea.
Well, some
No
people feel sorry for Wendy. I do not. I do not feel sorry for Tom Girardi. I don't feel sorry for people that knowingly commit a crime. And no, I don't. I have a hard-assed edge on that. That's just me. People could disagree. I don't
Isn't
feel sorry
Tom
for her.
Isn't he going to jail? He's going to prison, right? Is he going to
For
prison?
a lot,
Or-
there was a prison tracker that someone posted online of how many days each person has left, and yeah, Tom has, I think like 2,000 days left. It's something crazy. Jen Shah, by the way, has like a year. This is next year. She's getting out.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to come back to Bravo?
No.
No, but she's going to write a book.
I don't. I really don't. I think, yes, you could charge money for your first interview. You could do what Teresa did and hire someone to take the pictures. Look, the pictures are going to get out anyway. I'm not shading Teresa. No, she did. No, I think Teresa even admits it. She hired, like, they took the pictures and then you might as well make money on it. You know what I mean? Like, someone's going to fly overhead and take pictures. And Jen Shah's coming out. I mean, I know Andy said, I hope to never see Jen Shah again. Then he walked it back. Lucas Gage was since on Watch What Happens and said his hot take was that he wants Jen Shah back. Andy turned bright red. Whitney was sitting there. She turned red. The show doesn't, despite the fact that Angie is claiming that Lisa Barlow is ruining the show by digging into castmates, the show doesn't need Jen. It's like, it is Beverly Hills is possibly still my favorite, but it's a tie. Salt Lake is just because Meredith Marks said recently, And this is how you do it. If I, even at my lowest point with these women, and she's, I mean, Lisa said she fucks half of New York and all. She's like, if someone on this cast called me and truly needed me, I would be there. Now, that is not the case with Teresa and Melissa. That is not the case with, maybe Shannon and Tamara, or Tamara and Gretchen. That is what Salt Lake does right. It is conflict, it is resolution. It is funny. It is the best comedy on TV. It's like old school Real Housewives of New York. So even though Angie claims that Lisa is ruining the show by her digging, Angie can deal with Lisa. They're all going to be together at Bravo. They know how to do
Don't you
it.
think that these women are then the show wraps? I think they're still going to have the relationships when the show wraps. I don't
In
think
a
it's
long time because the show ain't wrapping anytime
yeah,
soon.
but I mean wraps for the season. I don't
Oh,
see them just, oh, the show wraps for the season. I don't talk to these girls till the next season starts again. I literally see them having some type of off-screen relationships.